Hello everyone, it is Photon here, and I play Medic on a UGC Iron team, and I'm going up to Silver next season. Now, I wanted to just go over, and this will be my first submission on the TF2 Community channel. And because I feel I'm most experienced in the Medic class, I wanted to go over with you a match I had, and this was a match, not a scrim, a couple days ago that we had on Viaduct. Now, my team is going to be in the Iron Finals on Monday, so if you guys want to, I could give you guys the STD and stuff, and you could watch. Sorry, STV, not STD. But, as I said, this is on Koth Pro Viaduct, and I'm going to be going over some strats, what I believe is really important as Medic, what I'm doing wrong in this gameplay if I find anything major, and just how you guys can improve yourself. So, let's get started. Now, on all Koth maps, I personally recommend the Kritzkrieg. The Kritzkrieg is by far the best option that you're going to have, unless you get in a really tight situation where there's nothing that you can do, you're on real big defensive. Now, the reason I recommend the Kritzkrieg is because on a map like Koth, all you're doing is fighting over 1 point. There's no reason to Uber, because you can't capture the point while you are Ubered, so the other team is most likely going to be running crits as well. Now, you might think, if the other team is running crits, then why would you not want to run crits? And, then why would you... Excuse me, sorry. The other team is going to be running crits, then wouldn't you want to be running Uber? Well, yes, technically, but once again, the entire point of Koth is just to fight over that one side of the map. Now, so crits you can capture when you have it, and also it's only one small area you can control, and that's what the Kritzkrieg is best for. Now, the weapons that I always use as Medic is the Crusader's Crossbow set, which happens to be the Crusader's Crossbow and the Amputator. Now, I'm going to try not to cut too much out here, because I want to show you what a full UGC match is like as a Medic. Because I want to introduce you guys on... I haven't seen too much things about actual competitive TF2 on really all of YouTube or the community. And right here I was AFK for a moment, but... we'll be talking more into the gameplay in a few minutes, but as I said, I want to talk about just general overview first, because this will be a decently long video. I'm sure I will cut out quite a few segments. Now, that is never a good idea to be stuck in here with... that is never a good idea to be AFK. I believe I was actually taking a bite of my dinner, which is also not a good idea. Number one tip. So yes, that's why I believe you should run the Kritzkrieg. I'm going to talk over General Highlander, and 6s for that matter, because I play Steel 6s as well, and as I said, I'm in the Iron Finals on Monday, and, Bracket 4, yeah, the rest of my team kind of sucks, except for a couple of people, but we're pretty tight. I'm going to be playing Silver Highlander Medic next season, and I also play Steel 6s Med. Now, the reason I play Steel 6s is because 6s is quite a bit tougher, and maybe we'll get into 6s stuff, but as I said, I want to introduce the community of TF2, the TF2 community channel, to competitive, and in my opinion, and quite a few other people's opinion that are experienced in competitive TF2, no matter what, you should always start in Highlander. It's a lot easier, because there are nine classes instead of 6. And there's a much better option that you are going to have the class that you main already. Now, I'm trying to remember. So, I'll go over General Medic Scratch. I say about every 25, I'd say anywhere between every 20 to 30% you have Uber charge. I'd say an even number is about 25, that's around how much I usually call it, is call out your Uber charge percentage to your team. Now that is something extremely crucial, so you can lead them with pushes. As Medic, once again, no matter 6s or Highlander, you are the leader of your team. You're the one that's going to be leading the pushes out. You're going to be, hopefully, now at least I am as Medic, sometimes this job is given to the Spy or the Heavy, but I am main caller. Now, you may be wondering what main caller is, because from what I've seen on this channel, a lot of people here are a little bit unexperienced with TF2 competitively. Now, main caller calls out the general amount of damage taken by each class that you see, of course. Now, it's always good to have kind of two mainish callers, because as Medic, I am behind walls a lot so I don't get killed, especially in maps like Badwater, which is one that I was playing yesterday. Now, So it's good to have two main colors. Also, so you're going to be calling out class locations when your main color is medic. That is probably your biggest duty. At least being a main color, no matter what class you are, even if you're not medic. You're also going to be calling out damage percentages or exact numbers. And that's about it. Now, as I said, as medic, you are a leader of your team. You're leading your team with everything. So, if you think your team is forgetting to do something, point it out to them. I know a lot of times the spy, now this is a very important duty for the spy, any of you who are aspiring UGC spies, what you always want to do at the start of the match is disguise as a medic, go into your sapper, then hit B. Now, what this will do is it'll tell you what medigun the other team is running. You usually know what medigun they are going to be running, because they're usually either going to be running the Kritzkrieg or the medigun. That's obvious, but on a map like this, I would assume that the medic is going to be running the Kritzkrieg. Or if, once again, to bring up PL Badwater, I would assume the medic is going to be running Badwater no matter what side they are on. But if it's a map like maybe I don't know. You know, the medics generally are going to be running the same thing, but it's always good to get a check. And also as spy, once again, this is another thing that I point out to my team a lot, you want to check the spy knife. Now, this is not as important as checking the medigun, but people always seem to forget to check the spy knife. And the reason that that is important is because recently this season, or last season I believe, I can't remember at the moment, but the spycicle was allowed. And if you don't know what the spycicle does, is if you are flamed as spy, you are given, your knife will disappear, but you are given a few seconds just so that you can escape, or that you kind of fake your teammates out. Now, this is really important to check, because once again, maybe you spy check a teammate, and you don't realize that, and you know, you think he's your real teammate, but then he backstabs you in a few seconds. So, it's always important to get that spy knife check. So, as medic, you're going to be calling out percentages. Now, let's focus a little bit more on the specific map here, and the Kritzkrieg. Now, this is what everyone says about the Kritzkrieg. I'm a little bit more lenient about this, but it's still a very important rule. You're probably, as Kritzkrieg, you're probably going to want to pop the Kritzkrieg as soon as possible, because first of all, it gets a much faster overcharge rate than the normal medigun, which is 25% more. The normal medigun builds in about 40 seconds, so you know, it's about 35-ish seconds that you're going to, sorry, I don't know, I'm too lazy to do the math in my head right now, but 90% of, I can not speak today, I am sorry, you know what I'm trying to say, 25%, so I'm sorry, 30 seconds it will build in. I am a dumbass. But, here we go, this is a great crits pop right here. If you look, we got the, I can't see you. We got quite a few classes. We have a couple crit stickies up, and we got the sentry gun down. Now, it's always important to remember, people seem to forget this, that buildings do not take crit damage. That is very important, because if you pop a crits into a level 3 sentry, you're going to do no better than walking in there blindly with just the normal medigun. No crits, no Uber, no whatever. Is the same amount of damage. So, when you're taping out big level 3 sentries like that, I always highly recommend, if that is your main focus right now, it is the main thing that is stopping your team from pushing up the cart, or getting up to the next point, or even, for some reason, if you use the level 3 sentry on a Koth map like this, I recommend going Ubercharge, or, now, as I said, this is specifically focusing on medic strats, but very important thing, or sorry, a very helpful thing that you can do if you are soldier is you can switch to your direct hit. Now, a lot of soldiers, strictly including myself, because I play a little bit of competitive soldier, Iron. Yeah, I'm not the best, but I'm getting better, like the class a lot. Direct hit. Now, as I said, direct hit is great for taking out sentries because the rockets move so much faster, and the blast radius is really not important. It's not too hard to hit a stable sentry. So, let's see, yes, what I was talking about with crits is you want to pop it almost as soon as you get it when you get the chance, because you have that faster overcharge rate, you don't know what their amount is going to be, and because you can get it so quickly and you're not invincible, there's no reason in not popping. Now, the classes I recommend popping crits on the most are definitely Demo Man, and not as much, but still an extremely helpful class is Soldier. Now, the reason that I recommend Demo Man the most is because you can get those crit stickies, which do massive amounts of damage. When you get something like the Heavy, it's not going to be doing too much more damage, although it still can work. You get the Soldier, which is going to be doing 270 damage per shot, which is huge. Huge. You have 4 rockets, 270 damage. That is a large amount of damage. And also, the two classes, Demo Man and Soldier, are great because they have blast damage. They have, splash damage as well, or the same thing, really. That is why it is so crucial to pop on both of those classes. Now, I think you understand the basic strats for that. I'm going to go over, which I talked about a little bit earlier in the video, why I use the Crusader's Crossbow and the Amputator. Now, this is not too common of a set besides the Crusader's Crossbow. The Crusader's Crossbow is pretty widely used, and the reason that I recommend you use it, even if you're not using the set, is because, first of all, as Medic, how much are you actually going to be popping at your needle gun? While the Overdose may be a very, very nice weapon in occasions, you know, it's only 10%. And with this, if you can build a good shot, and the way I recommend you practicing the arc of the Crusader's Crossbow is go on a pub map, go on like Harvest or something like that, and go Pyro and use the flare gun. The arcs are extremely similar, or if you're not too comfortable with Pyro, I recommend using the Huntsman. Once again, the arcs are extremely similar, if not the exact same. That is how I got good with the Crusader's Crossbow shot. And, the reason I recommend it is because you're not going to be using your medigun too much, and if you're in a situation where you're alone, maybe, and your teammate needs health, there is no reason for you, while you're moving closer to him, or he's coming closer to you, to not shoot that little crossbow bolt at him. You can recover, you know, about 85 to 100 health, which can be extremely helpful. Now, the only bad thing about the Crusader's Crossbow, it's not bad compared to other weapons, is that it does not overheal. That's something that you have to remember. And that was a bad crits pop on. Oh, it wasn't too bad. See, here I'm going to demonstrate how Soldier can do well. Apparently not, sorry. I haven't watched this gameplay too much in advance. I basically watched this twice, and this is my 3rd time watching it. Or maybe, like, 2nd and a half. Anyway, so, and then the Amputator. Now, many medics use the Uber Saw, which is a fantastic weapon. If you are not using the Crusader's Crossbow, you're using the Overdose, which is still, once again, a great weapon, extremely viable. Both of these are equally viable, but I'm just telling you my opinions. So the Uber Saw is a great weapon. You can get 25% Uber just by swinging someone with that little saw once. And the reason I recommend the Amputator is because, first of all, it is a straight upgrade to the Bone Saw. It is literally a straight upgrade. There's no downsides at all. You can taunt, and you can heal your teammates. Now, I have tried to do this recently. I took a couple risky moves, and a lot of my teammates needed health. I told them, alright guys, settle down, protect me for a second, and I can heal all of you. And I taunted with it, and it worked. You know, occasionally I'll die, which is very unfortunate. That is the one thing that you do not want to be doing as Medic, is dying. Your teammates need to understand that as well, and protect you as much as they can. But, yeah, you can heal a lot of people in a pretty decently large radius quite fast, so that taunt can be more helpful than most people think. Also, the set bonus is not banned in UGC, and what it does is it allows you to recover 1 more health per second. Now, Medic usually recovers 3 health per second, but now will recover 4. And this may not sound like the greatest thing in the world, but it is extremely helpful. I cannot stress how many situations I have been saved by that. Now, as I said, this is going to be kind of contradicting myself. They are a little bit few and far between, but once again, as Medic, the item that you're going to be using by far the most is your Medigun or your Kritzkrieg, so there is no reason not to use the set to save yourself in some situations. So, that's what I believe on the set. Now, this gameplay is coming to a close, I believe. I don't remember if there's one more match. We have 2 wins here. Excuse me, 3 wins. And that is the match, so I will see you guys next time. I had a great time. I hope to post more Medic gameplays, maybe some Soldier stuff, Pyro, who knows.